Well, hello. It is Sarah Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here. We are here for this Moon Astrology Tarot, this time with the moon in Scorpio, this waning moon in Scorpio. So this is one of the first Scorpio moons. It doesn't have a personal planet in it, meaning Mercury, Mars, or Venus. Venus has moved into Sagittarius. And in fact, when this moon ingresses into Scorpio, Mars will have made its move into Capricorn. So we don't have all of the conjunctions with the personal planets. We do have, of course, the oppositions to the planets in Taurus, Jupiter and Uranus. And we do have a few other transits happening, notably the Sun squaring Chiron. We've also got a lot of truth surfacing. Let's go back to this Pluto at 29 degrees of Capricorn. This stretch of time, I know I said it in a video, many other astrologers have said it as well, but we have Pluto at 29 Capricorn. This is very critical. Lots of shit is surfacing on all levels, okay? Yes, there are big global things being exposed, but look around you, look at the people around you, even look at like YouTubers and whatnot, or quote unquote influencers. I am certainly not an influencer, and there's a part of that culture that I don't want to participate in. If I can get the authentic viewers on my, I'm me. I'm me practicing astrology, talking about it, leadership coaching, author, speaker, all of those things. And so anywho, but my point is that on all levels and in so many aspects, truth is being revealed. And so it's this moment of like, who are you going to be for yourself and the people who you love and care about the most to thrive, to overcome what's happening in the world. I know I said it in a video, probably the 2023 to 2024 video, about like, there may be a point where everything you thought was secure is crumbling, and it's all about being within yourself. And of course, that means facing your own insecurities. How appropriate, Moon in Scorpio, Sun square Chiron. Chiron is about our wounds. It's the wounded healer in Greek mythology. I do want to dive more into Greek mythology. We'll be doing that this year. To connect more of this on a historic and ancient, folklore type level. But Chiron is the wounded healer. Sun square Chiron, Sun in Capricorn, squaring Chiron with a moon in Scorpio. I really feel like it's kind of like you overcoming your own insecurities and doing the things that are best for you, regardless of what is going on with quote unquote influencers, quote unquote celebrities, quote unquote authority figures, blah, 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 right? Like, imagine if those people did not matter. Okay. One of my biggest topics on my 365 lives on Instagram was about supporting your friends who are content creators, supporting your friends who put themselves out there on or off camera in whatever creative modality that they do. And, just in talking with a friend the other day, is like, what if people put their time, money, and their energy into their friends and family who are doing their own shit behind the scenes to publish stuff, whether it's AI generated video or, graphic design or, videos, whatever it is, podcasting, whatever it is. Like, what if people actually put money and time and energy into that versus like the football game they have to watch, or the new movie with such and such actor that they have to go see and put that money into. And I really invite you to think about that. And this is me not trying to play like, woe is me, I don't have enough, whatever. I don't really care about what that looks like for me, because I'm friends with a lot of content creators who bust their asses on the regular to put content up there. A lot of us do this stuff ourselves, and we're happy. We're proud of the work that we do. But my point is like, take a look around. Like, how much stuff are you supporting from people you've never met, probably never will meet, and yet not support, you know, your friend, your family member who's, you know, creative, has art, you know, whatever. That was one of my biggest topics on my 365 lives. And a lot of that had to do with, yeah, the role I was playing last year of, you know, getting on camera every single day. Even when I was dirty in my garage working on a project, I was on camera every day and I loved it. I learned a lot from that experience. Anywho, so think about your own like insecurities, your own like, what can you do to make yourself, to support yourself into being more secure with yourself despite your wounds, right? We're all got core wounds. Chiron is core wounds. They don't particularly go away. You heal them, however, they persist. They're constantly there throughout our lifetime. But it's all in how we respond to every time we're triggered by that wound. And Scorpio drags ass at healing wounds. So if you happen to have Scorpio in your chart, you will drag ass. Like Scorpios, I often tell people who have predominant Scorpio placements is like, you know, you're going to have to get bonked over the head a lot of times by the universe before you even realize or want to become aware that you have the wound, let alone like want to overcome it. And then, you know, that's the brilliance of Scorpios. Like once we overcome it, look the fuck out, because that's some energy. When we get into these latter signs of the zodiac, you know, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, we're the older, it takes a lot of maturity for us to overcome what wounding we have or insecurity we have, or, you know, however that shows up. So anyway, all right, on that note of overcoming things, so I did not pre-pull the tarot because I've decided in 2024 that y'all don't get my you don't get my authentic reaction to the tarot is one of the disadvantages of pre-pulling the tarot. And my excuse has always been that I didn't want to take the time to have to magnifier and read the tarot. But the reality is that I'm a blind astrologer and I'm a blind tarot reader, and I use a magnifier to read the cards, and I use a magnifier to do the work that I do, and I zoom in on things to do the work I do. Sometimes I use audio, speech software built into my eye devices, and whatnot. And yes, sometimes I use other humans to also support what I do when I do, you know, my daily life or whatever. And that's one of my insecurities is like, I don't want you to have to wait for me to read the card. But I've decided in 2024, in the spirit of being as authentic as we can be, that that's the case. Okay, so I did update my website. It looks really crappy, but I did put my links to Calendly on my website. It is sarahwaggle.com. I cannot promise you that it looks very good. I'm working on it. But it's going to be a slow going because I have life and I'm starting to write my second book. Again, I've been trying to write second book for a decade. But you can get the basic astrology reading and the quarterly astrology reading. That quarterly one is only going to be open until the 15th of January. Then I will reopen it in March so that you can access that. So, okay, let's see what we have in the tarot. And I do have some oracle today. I'm going to get some more oracle. I've been shopping for some more oracle cards. So if you didn't know, there is a magnifier built into iOS. And that's what I use. If I can get it to, there we go. So let's see what we get. This could make my videos longer. Also why I've resisted doing this. Okay, we have the Page of Latinum upright. Of course, this is Dr. Rega. This is all about like earthly curiosity, young, I don't want to say naivety, but maybe a little bit of naivety. Maybe you're being very naive. Maybe you don't want to know the truth about the shit that's coming out, the truth that's coming out in whatever capacity that is, whether that's, you know, your family, your friends, your neighbors, your favorite influencer, your favorite guru, the global stuff that's coming out. But I think there's this is where this is perfect with a Scorpio moon is like, you know, we've got to be curious. We've got to be open and available to information and accept what that's about, right? And be curious, asking questions. Ooh, I want to know more. What the hell is that about, right? So that's the page of Latinum and Dr. Rega. Let's see what's in the Believe in Your Own Magic. I haven't used this deck in quite a while. But yeah, I've been looking for some other oracle cards because I want to. I would say as far as like essential oils or crystals, clearing, staying clear, you know, we do have Mercury inching in on its square to Neptune. That's going to create some brain fog, especially towards the latter part of the weekend and into the beginning of next week. We're going to see more of that brain fogginess because, and that's where that cognitive dissonance, right? We don't want to believe the bad things about somebody that we followed, right? Maybe you don't want to believe that I'm really a basket case. I don't know. Okay. In the Believe in Your Own Magic, we got the library. And this card says, let's see. Yeah, take control of your own narrative. Yeah, write your own story. So if you are like, I mean, this is perfect, right? Because it's like you get to write your own story with your life, right? You get to say how it goes. You get to, if you want to be, you know, however you want to be in the world, right? Like me being like, I'm going to just start reading the cards and have that authentic response for you. I felt like that was missing from my videos, right? So I get to write my own story. I get to try this out. And if people don't like it, I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. I'm here. Here's the thing. We have these free social media platforms, right? Pick one, whatever it is, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, X, it doesn't matter what it is. We all have these free platforms. We get to play. It's a playground. We get to practice doing what we do, talking about what we talk about. We get to write posts. We get to practice with creative apps like Canva or, you know, whatever video editing app. I don't use any video editing apps. I've used CapCut in the past to do the shorts. We get to practice and we get to play with all these apps. So we get to rewrite our own story and we get to do it without worrying about the consequences of it. Because really, unless we get shadow banned or whatever, which is why I'm pretty careful about what I say, but we get the space to do this thing and have fun with it and write our own story about it, right? Be authentic, be ourselves. And as we inch closer and closer, this moon is from the 5th into the evening of the 7th. But as we inch closer and closer to that January 20th date, when Pluto ingresses into Aquarius, that's going to be a really fascinating time for us because that, you know, Aquarius is all about authenticity and being yourself and trying the things and seeing what works. And so there we go. So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I invite your feedback. I invite your comments, your likes, your shares, the things. I really do appreciate it. And also check the links below, not only to book with me, but the Capricorn new moon is January 11th. I'm loving the energy of the Capricorn new moon. Really, I am. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the second half of January. I think it's going to be a really fascinating time for all of us. So be on the lookout for that. And I will talk to you next time. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you soon.